Welcome to Teams Nation News, the latest and greatest of Microsoft Teams. Here are today's headlines. Shared channels coming to a tenant near you. What's new on Teams room systems on Android and Windows? And what's up with Whiteboard? And let's see what's happening with Operator Connect Mobile, among other things, here at Teams Nation News, the latest and greatest of Microsoft Teams. With me, I have two star reporters, Amanda Sterner and Linus Cansby, who will give you reports from the wonderful world of new Teams Microsoft features brought to you by the wonderful people, engineer, marketing out of Microsoft. But we'll start with some quick news here at Teams Nation News, the latest and greatest of Microsoft Teams. Co-organizer role. Soon, you will be able to have a co-organizer helping you organize your meetings. Chat density. Are you the compact version, compact person, or the comfy one? Now you can select in the chat how you prefer your chats. Custom backgrounds when you're joining a Teams meeting from a web browser is now available, and soon you will also be able to share your audio when sharing a screen. Teams Device Management Graph API available in preview. My colleague Alexander Holmstead says in a comment, yay. All right, LinkedIn integration. You will be able to get information from your chat contacts from LinkedIn. Yeah. Speaking about LinkedIn, the company that Microsoft bought back in 2016 for the breathtaking amount of $26 billion. Yep, you heard it right. And with me, I have Linus, who knows more about this. Please, Linus, give us the latest on LinkedIn integrations.
Yeah, 26 million. That's a lot of money. I'm glad that Microsoft bought it because I wouldn't have that money to buy it, so they had to do it. Well, the LinkedIn integration. In LinkedIn, you can create an event and stream a video into that event. All your attendees and people that you want to attend this event and watch the important stuff you have to say. They can register from LinkedIn using their LinkedIn account. So what have this with Teams to do? As Mårten said, you will be able to integrate LinkedIn to your Teams meeting. So by adding an application, an app in your Teams meeting, you will be able to connect your Teams meeting with a LinkedIn event and stream your meeting directly to LinkedIn, and all the participants then will attend your event in LinkedIn. But that's not the only feature that's coming when it comes to streaming. We also have something called RTMP, Real-Time Messaging Protocol. Sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah, it's really fun because this was a feature you had in Teams live events before, but only for internal meetings. Then you were able to stream your live event to Microsoft Stream, and all your internal users were able to watch this using this RTMP. And with this, you could use a third-party application like OBS or something like this. And now we will have the feature that you can use this RTMP to stream your meeting to, let's say, YouTube, even if it's Google, or LinkedIn, or any other streaming service that supports RTMP. And I would say that almost all streaming services support this feature. So maybe next Teams Nation, we will see this event in another platform, like LinkedIn or YouTube. Back to you, Mårten.
Thank you, Linus. And who doesn't like streaming? Now, over to one of today's headlines. Share channels. And Amanda, it with... Sorry, just 1 second. All right. That was global admin calling. Apparently, it isn't called share channels. But I will give it over to you, Amanda, to tell us everything you know about share channels, or what it's now called.
Thank you, Mårten. Well, shared channels, the official name we have is Microsoft Teams Connect Shared Channels. That's quite a long name, right? But I think we will just call it shared channels. But let's rewind the tape a little bit to see what this new fantastic feature actually is. We started in the beginning with standard channels. We have a team, we have channels. All the members in the team, they can see the content, they can collaborate, fantastic. Then we got our private channels. That's a channel where not everybody has access, only the invited people to the private. And now we will have the fantastic addition shared channels. Collaborate across borders. So what does it mean with the shared channels? So instead of adding people as a guest to your team and your tenant, you can have your team and you will add the shared channel and invite people from other organizations. That means that people, they don't have to tenant switch. You can go into your fantastic team and have your shared channel from, let's say, I'm invited to Mårten's tenant or Linus' tenant. And this feature will come into a public preview in the end of March. Hopefully we will see it then and we will be able to explore the big world of cross-organization collaboration. And I'm very excited. So that's the short news on shared channels. Over to you, Mårten.
Thank you, Amanda. Really good with news from the front line. We have received some troubling reports coming in to the Teams Nation News that some organizations are using up to 99.5% private chats in Teams over channel conversations. And why is that a problem, you might think? We use Skype for Business and then it was 100% chat, right? Yeah, but that was a long time ago. And you remember chat conversations in Skype for Business, that wasn't even persistent. You close the window, it was pretty much gone. But now when we have Microsoft Teams and we have the channel and we have the channel conversation, and that's where we're going to keep our conversations flowing. That's where the collaboration happens. That's where we get our work done. So you should all help us promote the channel conversations over chat because we keep it in context. So we know what we're talking about. We can easily find it. It's transparent. People can contribute. People can follow along. Not necessarily need to be involved, but still in the security boundary of the team you are working in. And then using Teams conversation correct. That can actually save you time in meetings. To have shorter meetings, less or fewer meetings when working in channels. So you should absolutely do that. All right, speaking about meetings. Next up is Linus, who will give us an update of the recent updates of the updated Teams meeting updated area. Over to you, Linus.
Thanks. And I also think we will move into the meeting room and look into what we have in the meeting room. There we will see some intelligent features. We start with the intelligent cameras. So this is a camera that you connect to your MTR, Microsoft Teams room system. And the intelligent camera will, if you like 4 people in the room, it will divide the camera feed into 4 different streams. So each of you in the room will turn up as a separate person in the other participants' Teams meeting. So they will see you as individual stream. And that's thanks to the intelligent cameras. These cameras will come from Jabra, Neat, Poly, and J-Link, and probably a lot more vendors later. One more thing that we will see with the Teams rooms is that these intelligent cameras will be able to identify the participants in the room. So you will not only see their faces in a separate stream, you will also see who it is. So if I had a meeting with Mårten and Amanda, and they sat in the same room, I would say their name under their stream, even if they were in the same room. This will only work if Amanda and Mårten was invited to the meeting, so the camera know who to identify. So it will not search your whole directory to find the correct person. Another interesting thing with these intelligent rooms is that you will get intelligent speakers. And currently they are available in English if you have US English set up as your language. But we will see this feature with the intelligent speakers in more languages. And as the cameras, the speakers will identify who is in the room based on their voice. So Teams will show who is speaking when that person is speaking, if they have identified their voice. We also have another meeting room feature that's rolling out now. From your mobile phone, you can cast your screen or cast a document to the MTR rooms. But you will also have this feature now in desktop client. So from your desktop client, you will be able to cast your screen, your laptop screen, into the MTR room without creating a meeting. And that is a feature I think many users will like when they find a room and want to display something on the screen directly from their laptop without creating a Teams meeting first, even if it's really fun to have a Teams meeting. So that was what I have from the meeting room area.
Great, Linus. Now I finally know why I need an MTR in my living room. All right, now we will go over to Amanda. She will tell us something that some, maybe many of us have been, let's say, or maybe not say it at all, but comes to remaining Teams channel and the corresponding SharePoint folders. Amanda, please give us some good news here.
Thank you, Mårten. And as you can see, I'm actually out here in the nice sunny winter. And these news I'm going to present you, there's such a lovely breeze that I felt that I had to change place. But Microsoft, they aren't famous for keeping the deadlines. And this news, that's one of those things that's been pushing forward over and over again. But hopefully we will be able to see it that when we change the name of a channel in a team, the corresponding SharePoint folder will also change the name of it. So hopefully in a tenant near you.
That's great, Amanda. Did you have anything else that you want to share now you're in such a good mood?
Ooh, I have so many exciting things. So let's start with something that many people, including me, been longing for in Microsoft Whiteboard. And Whiteboard, that's a lovely tool for, well, the hybrid distant work when we want to have a whiteboard and ideas and, you know, just have a great time with a whiteboard. But up until now, and probably up until a little bit longer, we have not been able to use Whiteboard with external users. That means guests, anonymous people, and yeah, external users. It's been hard for them. So up until now, you have to share your screen and they can look. But soon we will be able to collaborate in real time with the whiteboard with these people inside our Teams meetings. For now, they will not be able to reach the whiteboard afterwards, but at least they can be there, they can write, they can add images, post-its, whatever. I love whiteboard, and I hope you really try the new whiteboard app. I guess it's not new anymore, but sort of new. Another fun thing is, I hope you've seen the new emojis. Microsoft has put a lot of effort into designing these new, cute, fluid emojis. I love them. I think they're super modern and nice to use. And something that we will be able to do with these emojis are to add, I think, all of them as reactions to when people write a chat message. Today we have the standard one, we have the heart, the smiley face, the angry face, but soon we can click and we can add any emoji reaction we want. This would be perfect for giving our reactions a little bit more spice and really show what we mean, because sometimes we have other feelings than heart, angry face, smiley face, and thumbs up. So that is something I'm really looking forward to, and I think that will be available quite soon. And I want to end with something that is actually available, but there are so many fun things that are available as well. And I'm a guest in many organizations, and I'm in teams everywhere. And up until now, it's been really hard to leave organizations and teams that you're not using anymore. Before, there had been some sort of hacker way to leave tenants, but now in the Microsoft Teams app, you can just go in and you can decide to easily leave tenants. And you can also, if you have a big FOMO like me, decide just to hide the tenant from the tenant list, but still be a member of it. So you can hide it and have a clean list of organizations, but still being able to go in and check if there's something happening. So, and that's available now. So just try it out in the app. Those were a few quick, fun things from me. Thank you, Mårten.
Thank you, Amanda. That was really great news. And remember, when you heard it first here at Teams Nation News, the latest and greatest of Microsoft Teams. Now, the studio is calling Linus. Please give us the latest wonderful news. Calling. Hello, Linus. Hello, Linus.
Hi. Do you know why? I just wanted to rickroll you to show the new feature, the music feature in Teams.
And you got me.
Yeah.
And I know my kids will love this when I show them this later.
Oh, I thought they were going to say, oh, okay, boomer. But, okay. So I just wanted to show the music feature you have. You can enable a high fidelity audio mode in Teams if you want to play music. Really great feature. And soon it will also come that Teams will recognize when you're playing music and automatic switch to this mode.
Right, because the problem so far has been that Teams is trying to noise canceling music because it isn't speech, right?
Yeah. So let's go back to the manuscript, and I will go back to the studio. I guess you recognize our Teamsdagen studio, so I will spend the time here and talk about the new features in calling. And we have some very interesting thing, something called Operator Connect Mobile. In Teams today, you have Operator Connect, where you connect your Teams admin center with your carrier. So all the phone numbers you have from your carrier will show up in your Teams admin center, and you can assign these numbers very easily to your users. Now Microsoft, together with some of these Operator Connect carriers, they are adding a feature they called Operator Connect Mobile, OCM maybe. Let's see. With this, you can bring your mobile number into Teams. So when someone calls you on your mobile number, it will also ring in your Teams client on your desktop, as well as on your mobile phone. And there on the mobile phone, you can select to have the native dialer, or if you want to answer in the Teams client. This opens up for some interesting feature coming later. So you will also be able to receive SMS text messages into your Teams client, and of course send text messages from your Teams client to non-Teams users, if we have any non-Teams user out there in the world. So I think this can be really interesting. And we haven't talked about the first line workers today. So let's talk some about them, because everybody is not working at the desk and having a computer in front of them. So the first line workers is maybe the people that work in a store or in a warehouse or on the factory floor. And of course, they should also have Teams. And in the Teams client, we've seen the walkie-talkie app for a while. So you can use your Android phone, and if you have a Zebra device or a Samsung device, you can use the walkie-talkie button on it, and you can use the walkie-talkie functionality to talk to your colleagues. A new device is coming, Sonim. I haven't heard about that before, but it's interesting with more vendors. But we will also see in the desk phones, we will see this walkie-talkie feature. So maybe for the manager sitting in the office, they can be involved in what the people on the floor are talking about. So bringing everybody together with the help of Teams, I think that's good. Thank you, Mårten. Back to you.
Chris, could you please bring in some more cake? That would really help a lot. Thank you. Push to talk on Teams phones. Right. If you need more time during the day, for example, to eat cake or have some work done, and you don't want to be stuck in meeting all day long, back-to-back meetings, we all know that feeling, then I would recommend use not a new feature, but still a very important feature in Outlook that will automatically shorten your meetings with 5, maybe 10 minutes. That will give you some time to relax between meetings, lower your shoulders, take a deep breath, have some more cake, and then on to the next meeting. Speaking about meetings, have you heard the news that Microsoft will offer you as a service to automatically delete your Teams meeting recordings after 60 days, I think. Yeah, that was introduced by Microsoft way back last year, and it will be turned on by default. So thank you for that. But numerous of delays and postpones later, it still haven't been rolled out in production. And this is hard to keep up. And I don't know how it is with you, but I prefer to keep my users updated on important features or changes like this. So yeah, hopefully soon it will be enabled, over with, communicated and everything, and then we can go back to being the normal. Yes. Now over to Microsoft Loop. This was introduced by Microsoft last fall, and marketing videos showed that the Loop app was on the top of the collaboration food chain. Do we have a competitor to Teams on the collaboration gold medal place? I don't know, but we'll go over to Amanda. Please keep us in the loop.
Thank you. Well, the video that you're referring to, super duper sexy. I love watching it, and it will be exciting to see where Loop and Microsoft Teams come and how they can collaborate together. But what is Loop? Well, Loop is a fun, easy way to collaborate with a sort of canvas. We can have a list, table, just content, and the list goes on. And right now, since last year, we have been able to add Loop components in chat in Microsoft Teams. So we add a component and we can easily collaborate at the same time. We can see what other people are doing. We can add things to make it fun and such. But this is only the beginning, and I think it will be a lot more exciting when we get the Loop app and we can add Loop components in channels, because something that's, when we do things in chats, that's not supposed to be there for collaboration. That's more pure fun. So all the Loop components we add into chats, they're stored in your OneDrive, which means if you leave or something happens, the Loop component goes away. But hopefully when we sometime get the Loop components in our Teams, they will be stored in SharePoint, and drill, that's the place for collaboration. So let me get back. We have our Loop components, but soon we will have workspaces and pages where we have the huge collaboration space of Loop, and the time will tell where Loop fits in the big, fantastic ecosystem. But Mårten, Microsoft Teams is still the winner, and I don't think we can be pushed down. I don't think so, even though Loop looks super cool. So that's the short news on Loop. You can try it now in chats, but the rest will have to wait.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for keeping us in the loop here at Teams Nation News. Next up, we will have Linus. Hello again, Linus. There have been not rumors, but Microsoft has announced price increases of the Microsoft and Office 365 licenses. What's the latest you can share about this?
Yeah, price increase. You don't want to hear that word. Maybe you say like, no, we don't want to pay more. But you should feel like this, since you're getting more features, or maybe like this. Really good, because since the last time Microsoft changed the prices, there come a lot of new features. So now they're increasing the price of all their license packages. But since last time they set these prices, you have got 24 new apps and over 1,400 new features and capabilities. So
yes, yeah. And Teams is included in those 24 new apps.
Yeah, and speaking of Teams, the audio conferencing, that was a separate license. It was included in the E5 before. It's now included in the E3 and E1 as well. So you get more features. So keep this in mind. Feel like really good about the price increase.
Speaking about really good and good feelings, do we have anything to share on the advanced communication license, or should we just skip that, never talk about it again?
Yeah, I think we can skip the advanced communication.
Yes. All right, moving on here on Teams Nation News. Mirror my video, Linus. What's the fuss about? Please tell us.
Yeah, I said price increase. This might be one of the features many users think is worth paying these extra bucks for, because this has been a really, really, really big topic in the user community. They want to mirror the self-view in Teams, and now it's possible, mirror or unmirror. Yeah, the picture you see as default in your Teams client of yourself, that's mirrored. So you will see the text like you see yourself in the mirror, but all the other participants seeing you the correct way, including the text you have in the background. So the text I have here in the background. You see it correct. I see it like a mirror. I heard from one of the community members. He said, I didn't thought I would spend so much time explaining how a mirror works for teachers. But now he doesn't have to do that because you have this toggle to unmirror or mirror your self-view. Do you like the mirror, Mårten?
That's fantastic news. I don't know if I like the mirror or the mirror likes me, but I do like Microsoft Teams. I know that. And thank you so much. There's so much news. And remember, when you heard it first, Teams Nation News, the latest and greatest of Microsoft Teams. But before we end, how do we stay updated with all this news happening everywhere? Amanda and Linus, please tell me how to stay updated.
Should I go first? I can go first. One place that I love to be updated are the numerous Microsoft blogs that they push fresh new content when things are coming. So that's one of my go-to places. So just Google the thing you're interested about and blog, and I think you will find it on Bing.
Or Google.
Or Google. Only
Linus,
Bing.
how do you stay updated except Googling things?
Googling. I think I should say we Bing stuff, or no, we don't. But I would say the $26 billion product, LinkedIn, is a good source of new news, and also Twitter. A lot of things happen there, and that is the places I get the news first from. So I would suggest that find the correct people to follow, like Mårten, Amanda, and me.
That's great. I second both of you. And I also would like to add the message center in Microsoft 365 portal. I spend hours every week staying updated on new features, but mainly updates for new rollout times. But yeah, it's important to keep track on the message center as well. All right, Teams just turned 5 years. Yay! Requires a celebration, I guess. So yeah, there has been 5 quick, fast years. A lot of happens. Amanda, would you like to share your very first Teams memory?
Oh, my very first Teams memory. I remember that my company actually, there was a group that were able to test Microsoft Teams before it was released. So I think it was in the fall, well, soon 6 years ago or 5.5. And I remember I was so envied because I didn't get to see it. I didn't get to test it. I just heard the rumors that there were people testing a new, cool, and fantastic platform. So that's my very first memory of Microsoft Teams.
Linus, what about you?
Yeah, I remember when I read about it the first time, and I went into the admin center and activated that license for all our users. And I went into Teams to see, start a new first team in Teams. We didn't know that would be the fun thing to say, teams in Teams, working with Teams. So that was a feeling I remember, and starting to think, how would this compete with like Skype for Business and Jammer and all the other products in Microsoft 365 platform. So that was
I have a similar experience or memory. Actually activating Teams for a user, Andreas, who pinged me on chat in Skype for Business and asked me to add a license on him. And today he's advanced technical working for Microsoft in Teams telephony. So maybe that's where that started five years ago. Speaking about birthdays, today my wife turns 40, and I would like to take this opportunity to wish you a very happy birthday and say, älskar dig älskling, tack och förlåt. Yes. All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Woo.
So yes, That was all we had time for today here in Teams Nation News, the latest and greatest of Microsoft Teams. Hope to see you soon again. Stay safe and stay updated.